guys, welcome back. Last time we killed off the Gaping Dragon and the Moonlight Butterfly. Both are real simple bosses, and I didn't really do much after that. I farmed up some extra moss, just so I could make the trip down to Blighttown without having to take another break. But, that's about it. Yeah, so I guess it's time to go make the return trip to the Undead Asylum. And pray I don't die horribly from the Black Knights there. Worthless moss from both of them, huh? That's the type you need for Toxin. It's their rarest drop, but at the same time, it's their most useful. So they cure both poison and Toxin, and... oh, right, I completely forgot to deal with the Hydra, and save Dusk. Guess I can go do that first. My fault. Anyways, continuing on. I always hated this route. I don't know why, but I think it's because I fell to my death the first time I was going through here. I didn't notice that the route didn't continue on past a certain section, and I just fell. That, and I've had problems with the Black Knight here multiple times. Just because of the thin walkway you have to fight him on, basically. Unless you lure him, say, all the way back here. Which is actually what I recommend doing. Lure him to an area where you can get him out in the open. That way you don't end up just getting knocked off the edge in one swing. Hydra's down there behind the trees, and there's crystal golems scattered around the area. If you don't feel like killing the crystal golems, you can get the Hydra to shoot them from all the way back there, and it will aggro on you pretty quickly. And it's already pissed. As you can see, it'll just one or two shot the golems for you. If you can get it angled right. Quite a few of them out here, but you generally want to kill them all off before you deal with the Hydra itself. I don't actually remember what the Hydra's attacks count as, unfortunately, whether it's magic or physical, but since I didn't take any damage when it hit my shield, looks like it's physical. The only problem with its attacks is they'll hit you from behind a lot of the time. Just because of the blast radius. What you want to do is not that, but get down to the water as quickly as you can. Just keep your guard up between its attacks. If it does that, you can melee the heads and cut them off, but, well, yeah. You just rinse, dry, and repeat, and it's worked for both the Hydras. The other one's just a lot stronger. So you don't get too far away, it'll just keep repeating that action. Or attack, I should say. So if you can crossbow and take them on. The only thing you have to worry about in this fight, when you're using this strategy, is actually getting hit from a dead angle that you can't block, or having your guard broken, because it does do quite a bit of stamina damage. Other issue with it is... that's a nice Hydra. That's what I mean about it hitting you from behind. saying, the other issue with it is you can get stuck into a pattern where you can't actually hit the head after you've broken all the others, because it'll just repeatedly slam it at an angle that you can't get at, which can be incredibly irritating, at least if you're doing a melee. I obviously won't have that issue since I can just shoot at it. Kinda wish I had the sniper crossbow, though it is a bit slower. Serves, you can also actually get stuck on the head when it's lifting it back up, and it'll just pick you up and drop you in the water. I think I actually had that happen once. It's kind of weird. Yeah, if you go too much past this point where you can't actually see the land underneath it, you fall in death. No swimming in this. Last few videos have been kind of full of really boring, repetitive fights. I would put in better content if I could, but that's just the section of the game I'm on. See the dragon scale, or a dragon scale, a dust crown ring, 5,000 souls, and the knight starter set, which is sitting right there. Let's see. Now, you can also use this method to, or this route, if memory serves. There's a ladder somewhere right over here. You can climb up to get into the back section of the forest. I recommend against that route as it has the three evil cats of horrible, horrible things up there between you and the Sif section, and do not do that area in human form, as you will be invaded left, right, and center by the forest hunters. Dusk shows up down this way. This cave. But I'm gonna have to quit and reload to get her to show up, unfortunately. Okay. Right back in here. Just quit, reload, and there should be a golden golem in here. Yes, I skipped some of the splash screens. It doesn't seem to be working completely right at the moment. I'll have to check and see what's going on with DS Fix on that. Anyways, there's the golden golem. They're not actually as strong as the regular ones, as weird as that is. Fortunate part is I can't move very quickly in the water. Another thing to keep in mind is when you're killing this, to save Dusk, make sure you stop swinging on the killing blow, otherwise you will actually hit Dusk and she's gone for that playthrough. every single enemy can move at full speed, we cannot. Probably does not help. That's the only attack you generally don't want to be caught in. If memory serves, it's actually unblockable. Don't remember for certain. That one is not unblockable, it just does a large amount of poise damage. I think it's actually a little bit harder hitting than its regular attacks. Anyways, now that that's taken care of, this is Dusk.
So, 'tis thou who rescueth me. Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I am Dusk of Ulasil. I cometh from an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long. So, before I disappear, allow me to ask one thing. My home, Ulasil, is the home of ancient sorceries. My hope is to pass this profound knowledge to thee, with thine approval. Would this be of assistance to thee? My heartfelt thanks. I am pleased beyond words. Then I shout, engrave my signature. If thou art in need, pray summon me from my signature. It seems that my time is done. May the great flames guide thee.
Now, if you're really afraid of Curse early game, you can do this and save her, then quit and reload again, and this will get you the Antiquated set, which actually has really high Curse resistance, along with the helmet, which cannot be upgraded, however increases the magic damage you deal at the cost of taking more magic damage. Picking it up just for the sake of showing exactly where it is. Right, you have to actually leave the area for it to show up. Forgot about that. It shows up on a corpse right back in here. It's just, you have to completely leave the zone. You can't just quit and reload for that one, unfortunately. At least it seems like that's the way it is. And Dusk Summon Sign, I'll show where that is, at least, since I do need the light spell for Tomb of the Giants. When you're going through here, make sure you cling to the edge. Because I don't remember exactly how far out the actual ground extends in this section. And you do not need to be in human form to summon Dusk. Her sign is right over here. Just make sure all the enemies are dead before you summon her, because if even one hits her, she's gone for the rest of the playthrough. Only vendor in the game that you actually summon.
I am Dusk of Ulasil. It is an honor to see thee again. I shall follow thine wishes.
And she teaches you the proper bow gesture and sells mostly random crap. The only stuff I've ever found any use for from her is Cast Light. Chameleon can be good if you're doing a lot of PvP, but that's about it. Right, the Ulasil Ivory Catalyst, the magic doesn't actually scale with your intelligence stat. However, it has a relatively high starting magic adjust.
If thou art in need, pray summon me again. I only wish to be of some genuine assistance. May the flames guide thee.
It's just like the Thurlin Talisman, only for mana, or sorceries. Let's see, we still got the Black Knight down here to deal with, I guess. Might as well, since I'm here, just gotta lure him a ways down. up. Here. And on the way down to the Black Knight, there's actually a path to the side which leads to a bonfire, if memory serves. And you can use that path to get to the Valley of the Drakes. Or if you have the Master Key, use that path to come from the Valley of the Drakes. And you can get to the blacksmith before you even kill the Taurus demon. Well, Andre, I should say. Is he coming? Oh, yep. Well, this could take a bit. Especially since he's a spearman. Some players will kill this guy as early on as possible in an attempt to get the halberd, because it's relatively strong right out the box. That might have been a bad move. Huh. He does have an aggro range. It's interesting. I didn't know he did. I remember all the Black Knights chasing you until you died or killed them. Interesting. I suppose you learn something new every day. Whew. Lucky that didn't hit me. I'm assuming that was due to a difference in elevation. You stormtrooper aim. Do a pretty long combo with their spear. Just try not to block all of it without dropping your guard between at least one or two of the swings. Otherwise you will run out of stamina and they'll break your guard. And if you're caught in the entire combo, it kind of hurts. Sorry that this fighting style is kind of boring. Ow. 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 Good self, do not get hit by that. Nice. Huh. Got the halberd. I was hoping for the shield, but whatever. Show the halberd stats. All the Black Knight weapons are pretty strong right out the box, but they are very heavy and have a high strength requirement, as you can see. The scaling also isn't the greatest on most of them. The only one that actually has decent scaling is the Black Knight Greatsword, if memory serves. The Great Axe might have the same, and that's B strength scaling, which can actually make it quite potent if you use it well. However, the special heavy attack on the Greatsword is slow as all hell. It's one of the slowest melee swings in the game, and good luck hitting much with it. Well, if you manage to connect, the enemy usually ends up flying all over the place. And here's the path to that bonfire I mentioned. I'm not going to light it, because I just don't have a use for it right now. If you continue on through, drops you off right here at the elevator, and pull the lever to call it up, but right now the elevator's down in the Valley of the Drakes. Nice. A fast way. I guess this video will end up with this part and the Undead Asylum, if I can even complete that area. Asylum's just gonna go terribly, because those Black Knights are actually pretty strong in there, if memory serves. Try and get as much of a buffer against their attacks as I can. I hate that their spawning animation and vulnerability crap. A lot of enemies will have it when they do an animation when they show up. Yeah. Well, these are the most notable for it, I guess you could say. Lots of bloody moss, or blood red. Yeah. That stuff, I've never found any use for it. Not enough enemies in the game inflict bleed, and it takes too much time to use it to really counteract on the ones that do. Maybe some PvP players will use it, but I don't know. Sorry that my commentary is kind of boring when I'm just running around. Don't know what else to say. I'm mostly trying to explain tips and tricks rather than be funny, unfortunately. Just to be honest,
Well,
I'm not the funniest person out there.
All right. Need anything forged?
Gotta restock bolts.
Don't get yourself.
I had a weird bug a while back. I had saved with about 800 wooden bolts, then I reloaded and loaded to do one of the videos, and I was back at 999. Not quite sure how that happened, but hey, saves about 2,000 souls. The other reason I'm doing this at the Undead Asylum before Blighttown is because of the simple fact that if you go down to Blighttown and Lothric has survived to this point, he will kill the Firekeeper the instant you get down there and take off, thus rendering Firelink Shrine unusable until you pretty much clear Anor Londo. Oh man, those snipers there are gonna be horrible. I can't parry. Iron Flesh. Should probably upgrade my flame with the few souls I got left.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you safe, as always.
Upgrading your Pyromancy Flame will increase the magic adjust on it. Used to be for Power Within that would increase the self-damage from it, but it's no longer the case. And if memory serves, there's some benefit to improving it when using Iron Flesh. I don't remember for certain. But just a few thousand souls, I figured why not. No longer need these two equipped at the moment. To get to the Undead Asylum's return path, go on the elevator, wait for it to get part of the way up, and come over here. Any roll speed will make that, even fat roll. I just usually do it at medium. You have to come over here to get this item, which is the key to that door that you can't unlock normally. I don't think I showed that. Crap. Oh well. Normally, if you get onto the spot right above here, you can just walk around the corner. Unfortunately, I did not. So I've got to go back up the elevator again. Oh well. It does happen. This roll again. I used to actually jump that, but you tend to roll at the end and have a chance of falling off. Once you've got the key... yeah, other side. Come up here and curl up like a ball in the nest. It takes a few minutes, or moments I should say, not minutes, for the crow to come up and take you over, but should do so shortly. And this will take you back to the Undead Asylum, where you were at the tutorial level. Though things have changed there a bit. You can do this as early as you want in the game, obviously. I just don't recommend doing it way too early, due to the fact that the enemies there are now quite strong. I don't remember if I was in human form at the end of the last video. If I was, I just hopped off the side by the bonfire in the forest, just to haul it myself. As you can see, these torch guys are now here. That attack is the one you don't want to get stuck in. Seems to be able to stagger you almost regardless of poise. I've had Havel armor on, still been staggered by that. And, right, I didn't show Snuggly, I don't think. This is Snuggly the Crow.
You, give me warm, give me soft.
You can trade items to the Crow. For example, the sack, if you trade it to it, will become a Demon's Great Hammer, the hammer the Asylum Demon was wielding during that initial boss fight. You can also get that hammer by killing it without picking up your actual weapon. Yeah. Only way I know of to do that effectively is to take black fire bombs as your gift. One word of advice, do not go into the center of the room. Stay on the outskirts on this unless you wish to fight the stray demon. Otherwise, you fall through the floor, get heavily injured, and it's just right down there waiting for you. Can kind of suck. Okay. 2 items to get here. Let's see if I can stay open for once. Yep. First one is right up here. Hey, buddy. Remember him from the beginning of the game? How he mentioned going hollow and attacking you? Yep, he has. He's not very dangerous. He's wielding an Asaur's straight sword. But he's got quite a bit of health, unfortunately. Drops 1,000 souls and the crest shield. Essentially, it's the anti-magic version of the Dragon Crest shield. Yeah. Switch from the short sword to the talisman. Save the Estus for when I actually have to deal with Black Knights. All the enemies here now hit quite a bit harder than they used to, but they're worth a bit more souls, thankfully. Free short bow. And normally there's only one of these guys in here when you're in the tutorial, but on your return trip, there's now 2, and they're a good deal stronger, just like everything else in here. This one's spear guy. Yep. Unfortunately. Oi. Attack me. Derp. That was retarded. Didn't actually mean to spam like that. Huh. Free Titanite shard. And the key I picked up earlier lets you come over here and get this item, which is the rusted iron ring. There's a third key item which will let you go down into the painted world. Vermeil, though that involves killing the Black Knights, so kind of debating whether I'm actually going to bother. Why not? See how this goes. Let's see. Whoa! That was abrupt. As I said, tight spaces. But I kind of went in the back route. And that's why I almost got hit in the face right there. Oh boy. He takes a lot less damage than that halberd knight. Come on out. They're quite easy to backstab due to that animation where they swing their sword around like a complete tool after their thrust. But be careful, as these ones hit quite hard. Oh crap, not the way I wanted to go. The best bet's gonna be to lure him down to the bonfire area. If he'll even come out here. Doesn't sound like he will. Come on out here. Or it might just take some coaxing. The reason I wanted to lure him out here is so I can actually get around. There's a decent amount of space. And yeah. Let's see if we can get the shield from this guy. The attack you want to watch out for if you're trying to turtle these is actually the shield bash. It will drain your stamina like... Let me see if I can get him to do it when I'm close to him. Come on, get your shield bash. There we go. As you can see, it breaks your guard much, much easier than the other attacks. Ah, excellent shield. The reason I wanted that, where did it end up? Down at the bottom. There it is due to the 95% fire defense. It's actually better than the Dragon Crest shield in pretty much every way, except for the fact that it's heavier and requires 16 strength to use it. We'll get that eventually. Back to where he was. One more of them to deal with. Fun. Let's just that. Now the other one, if I have to kill him, I don't remember if I'm gonna have to. that's where he was. As you can see, if you come through the normal route, you fight him in here. It is freaking terrible. I've done that a couple of times, and I think it's 3 out of 5 times he kills me. Yeah. That wasn't the route I wanted to go. But the exit, yes, that is. If you go too close to that when you're in here, it'll actually aggro all their torchbearers, which can end pretty horrible if you're using a slow weapon. Ow. Ow. There's the disadvantage of just trying to run past crap. If you don't pay attention, you get caught and end up getting beaten half to death by the weakest enemy in the game. It's freaking pathetic. Okay, this is the way I needed to go. The second Black Knight is down here. Don't remember exactly where down here. Ah, right down here. It's guarding your old cell. See, there's a little behind him. But yet again, he is in a horrible freaking location. Same type of Black Knight as before. Just bait him to attack, and backstab or get away and do what I'm doing. But always keep an eye on your stamina when you're fighting these guys, because they can break your guard very, very quickly. Quite hard, as you noticed from the Halberd Knight, I'm assuming. Water bad, water bad. Running really slow with this guy. Down in this water. I think this... Yep. Crap, 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 crap. Water does slow him down, it seems. That's interesting. Oh, this isn't good. You can use a green blossom to get your stamina back quicker when you're fighting Black Knights. It might make it a bit easier to guard their attacks, but I don't really see the point. As long as you pay attention and you're careful, they're generally not that big a threat. The ones I really have trouble with, to be honest, are actually the greatsword ones, due to their reach and how much stamina damage they do. Show it, but there's one earlier in the game up by the Dragon Bridge. Yeah, that's the stray demon right in there. Just have to go pick that up. Unfortunately, the Black Knights cannot drop their armor. Instead, you have to get that much, much later in the game at a place called the Kiln. And this peculiar doll, let's see what description on it is. If I can find it in my inventory. Is it a key? Classified as a key item. Yeah. Reference to the Painted World of Arames. As long as you have that and you walk up to the giant painting in Anor Londo, the first time you do it, you won't get a prompt, you'll just get sucked straight in, pretty much, through a cutscene. Anytime after that, you have to hit A at the painting to go in. Nice, return trip through here. It's most of our Blighttown prep done. Rust iron ring. It's useful, but only in a couple areas. Mainly Blighttown because of the swamp. Let's see what some consumables I've got. I picked at least one up. Only 1,000. Damn. And I guess that'll cut this point off here. Anyways.